Sportowe emocje pod koszem zapewnia Anwil, sponsor strategiczny klubu.
Dzień dobry, witam wszystkich kibiców koszykówki, wszystkich kibiców Anwilu Włocławek w kolejnym wywiadzie w Hali Mistrzów. Ze mną dzisiaj bohater nie tylko ostatnich tygodni, ale tak naprawdę bohater całego sezonu, Jonah Mathews. Hello, Jonah.
How you doing? How you guys doing?
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
You are always good.
Yeah. Try to keep an open mind every day, open heart. So got to go day by day.
Open heart.
Yeah.
Okay. Jonah, this interview will be about you because, fans know you from how you play on the court. Mm-hmm. They may know some facts. They may know the story of your life when it comes to basketball, obviously. But I would like to talk about these facts which may be some kind of unrevealed or something like this.
Right.
And if you let me, could we start with this situation? Can we get back to the moment you played at the university, your last season, your senior season?
Mm-hmm.
And what happened then? Because you were shining.
So
and you are aware of the fact that you were shining. You were so close for, let's say, maybe some kind of tryouts later for the NBA or something like this.
So
and what happened?
Basically, my senior year at USC was going great. We were first in the Pac-12. We were 21-8, maybe 7 losses. So we were having a great season. It came down to, it was like January, February, getting to the end. Pac-12 was about to end. The tournament's going to start, March Madness, everything. And then COVID hit. COVID hit around March, and we were going to the Pac-12 tournament, which is like basically like the playoffs for everybody in our conference. So like how we do like the Polish Cup, everybody plays each other. It's like that.
Yes.
So we went there, and we didn't get to play a game because the morning of our game, they're already limiting fans already for the previous games before us. So we were kind of thinking like, okay, like this is serious. We're not gonna get to play. So that morning came with a game, and other conferences, big conferences, started canceling their tournaments and all their games. So we were like, we're just waiting on our call. And once we heard it was canceled, that was the last time I ever put on a USC jersey or was with any USC teammates. Because after that, we all went home and the virus spread, so everybody went back to their hometowns and states. But the last game I ever played, I made a big shot versus the rival UCLA, and it was
shot is on the internet.
Yeah, it's everywhere. That was probably one thing I could take away from college. It's like I would never take it back. If I could reverse it for me missing the shot and then playing in March Madness, I would do it for sure, because I know there's some guys on our team that didn't play March Madness and wanted to get there, so that hurt. But to end your college career that way, I couldn't ask for anything else. I mean, COVID hit everybody strong, but in terms of basketball, it hit a lot of athletes really bad that year because due to COVID, there's no meetings with agents. There was no NBA meetings. I got invited to like this thing called Portsmouth. It's like top 60 players out of college. I go, like, you just scouts see you, everybody sees you, and that got canceled. So it was really hard if you're not like a solidified draft pick in the NBA to, get looks or get camp deals because they're going with the guys that they know they're going to draft. So like I didn't really get any opportunity to do that stuff. And that like hurt because that's what a lot of guys, like, you go there and showcase your skills and they might give you a deal, or they might say, or a team from Europe might say, okay, you played summer league, you played with this team, we'll bring him over because he has experience. So I didn't really get any of that. And that kind of...
But during your last season at the university, USC, were you thinking about the NBA, the possibility of playing there? I'm not asking about where you're dreaming of, because that's the difference. I'm asking about where you're thinking, because you got some kind of chance. You heard some news from agents, from people who are around in the NBA.
Yeah, so like we'd have scouts at our practice every day.
Yes. So this is what I'm asking for.
So they would see us play. They would come to the games. We were in Southern California, so the Lakers are there, the Clippers, everybody's right there. But of course, I was thinking about it. Not only the dream, but like my coach at USC's asked me, his name is Jason Hart. He's asked me every day, like, do you believe you can play in the NBA? And like, you don't just say, yeah, you actually have to like believe you can. And I would say, yeah, like, I believe it. Especially at that point in my career, I felt good. I was strong. I did a lot of stuff. I still had stuff to work on, but I felt very confident in my game that I could translate to the NBA game. And it just, when that didn't happen, it just like you get to take the punches. Like my brother told me, you had a great career up to this far. Everything was going your way. How are you going to respond when something doesn't go your way, or like something doesn't happen that you want to happen. And it happened. I didn't play basketball really competitively from March until I went to Sweden in December. So that's a long time without games.
December or even January?
Yeah.
The first game
I got there December like 27th and played till January. So that's a long time. So it was just like I had to take it for what it was. I had to start my career somewhere. And just talking to my brother who's been through the whole process 4 years before me, he was just like, you go to Sweden and do your job, I promise better things will come. That's what I kept on my mind the whole time.
But did you have to change your mind or something? You know, it was March, April, May, months full of COVID and bad situation for the whole world. But generally, did you have to change something in your mentality that maybe the NBA is right now, it's not for me.
Right.
Maybe I will have to wait. Did you have to do some kind of thing?
Of course. I kind of knew after COVID hit that it was going to be tougher, because if the COVID didn't hit and we went to March Madness and we're playing how I was playing, my team was playing, we're playing, you never know what could happen. You could have a crazy March Madness and you can be put on the NBA draft board as a pick. So that happens all the time. But as soon as like that happened and I started just like not hearing stuff from NBA teams, I did a couple interviews, but it was never like workouts or anything like that. I was just
Nothing
like,
serious, right?
Yeah, I just shift my mind like, okay, like maybe it's not for me right now, but if I build it up to what I could think I could be, then I could get there someday. So I had to go to Sweden and I basically had to just do what I had to do.
But you landed in Sweden in, as you said, December 27th.
Mm-hmm.
That's late. That's mid of the season here in Europe, but generally late. Why you didn't sign a deal in September? Maybe August is normal time.
Yeah, it was harder for me because I mean Europe, like they go based off resume, unless you come out of a college like James Villanova and it's different. But like a guy who hasn't played any pro games, hasn't played in a while, it's hard for a team like even Anwil to be like, yeah, we'll take this guy on because they don't even. He's just out of college. What does he know about the project? So that's basically what happened. I mean, if I had played summer league, there would have been different teams, like maybe Euro Cup, Euro League. You never know what could happen. But that team, they called my agent and they was like, look, he has to do this, and if he performs, then we'll never know what happens. But it was only a 3-month thing. I played 18 games, maybe 15 to 18 games. Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
Right, not that many. So it was just like I had to go out there and showcase my skills or what I could do for a team and with my own self in that small amount of time. And then I ended up here with it. So I would say, yes, I would love to have done the NBA stuff, and anybody would, and done the workouts and done the G League maybe, or got a contract. But like the road that I'm building right now is just like it's just more of a precious thing to like hold on to. Like I can look back and say I built my own road. I didn't just get it because I went to college at USC or something like that.
Did you have any other offers during this time from September or August, September until December, or it just appeared in December, this offer from Köping stores?
Yeah, shopping. Yeah, it was
shopping.
Yeah, shopping. Yeah,
that's the correct pronunciation.
Yeah,
really?
Shopping.
The word is written by K.
Right. It's like
shopping?
sounding shopping.
Like
yeah.
shopping in
the
mall.
Yeah.
All right.
I had a team in the UK. Didn't really work out, so I went back home. I went to the UK early in August, and then it was didn't really work out for me. So my agent got me out of there and said, just go home and train, get your body right, because something will come along. And by the time it did, I was ready to go play. So there wasn't really many offers. And when I asked my brother played for Italy. He was an Italian team, Russian team, VT. He knows all this stuff like that. So I asked him, like, have you ever heard of the Swedish league? And he was like, I've never heard of it. And I was all like, wow, okay. So this is like something where I had to like, this is the bottom of the bottom. But it was an opportunity. And I think at that point in time with COVID, a lot of guys wanted an opportunity to go play. So that's what I took it as. I'm going to go play the game.
Still, Sweden.
Yeah. It was really different. It was really different my first time
I don't want to underestimate this league because many players came to Poland, for example, from Sweden directly last summer, right?
Yeah, for sure. But the competition isn't great. Like I'll say that for sure.
Honestly speaking,
it wasn't great. But it was a way for me to just get back into the game and just like play competitively again. And since not playing a game for 7-8 months, it was good for me to get back in the flow. And by that time I finished that season, I was ready. I was in the flow of playing games, just playing basketball again. And then a lot more offers came this summer. this past summer.
That was supposed to be my next question. A lot of offers?
Yeah, it was a lot of offers came last summer. Not any like EuroLeague teams, Euro Cup, but like there was like good leagues that because like they look at Sweden and say, okay, he averaged 20, okay, he could score, but like we get to see another season for him to do it. And then Anwil, called my agent, and then I asked one of my friends who played in this league last year for Sloss.
Who can you say?
Elijah Stewart. He played for Sloss, and he said, "Yeah, the Polish league is great. Like he plays in Euro Cup now, Champions League, something because he had a great season here last year. But he said, yeah, bro, the Polish league will teach you how to play. It's physical, so you get used to that, and it's good competition. There's Euro Cup, there's Champions League teams, there's teams that are just good, and there's VTB teams. So it's like it was a great opportunity. There's a team in Champions League and the VTB called Caleb Cramo. They
from Estonia, right?
Yeah, from Estonia. They offered. There's a couple BBL teams, but you know this was the best fit in terms of what I wanted to do. And they say like the Polish league is like a balloon for your career. You do good here, and multiple teams or leagues will look at you and okay, like now we can sign him. Now he's proved himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. But if I can reveal, maybe I cannot. Coach Włocławek, when he was negotiating, maybe not with you, maybe with your age, but probably it was talk between him and you. Mm-hmm. He asked you about your defense because you know what I want to ask. Because in Sweden you were mostly oriented on offense. So
right.
You were showing offensive skills, shooting skills, scoring about 20 plus 30 plus points in a game. So he asked you, there was something like this. He asked you about, hey, man, I was observing the game, I was watching the games from the NCAA. Mm-hmm. You can defend. What happened in Sweden? Where's your defensive skills?
I told him, look, like I was out there I played defense, but not at the level that I wanted to. It was more for me to put up points. That's what the league is basically for you to put up points and get out. He asked me like, look, are you going to play defense from Sweden or NCAA? I was like, I'll play defense from the NCAA, like, and USC I got not defensive player of the year, but Pac-12 all defensive team 2 years out of the 4 I was there. So it was like I could play defense, and I like pride my game on it. Like, I like getting stops. I like stopping people from scoring. I like getting us faster baskets. It's just how I play the game. And he asked me like, where are you gonna play? And I was like, I told him, and now he saw it. So I hope I didn't let him down.
That's true. Your defensive skills are impressive, and I think this is what the coaches look at first, not your shooting skills, because shooting skills are visible for everyone, right? Even for the fans who are observing games here from the gym. But if you need to pick up one thing, shooting 3-point or making the defensive stop, what would you choose?
It depends. Like, is it 3-pointer?
It's like an abstract question, but you know.
Is it the 3-pointer for the game winner, or is it just a regular 3-pointer? 3-point buzzer beater, 3-point shot, buzzer beater, but also when we compare with this defensive stop, which will win the game.
Which wins the game.
I'm taking the 3-pointer. People remember Michael Jordan getting the stop, but they remember the shot more. So you know what I mean.
But this shot from Michael Jordan back in '96 against Utah Jazz.
Yeah.
Before it,
they got
stole the ball
he
from
stole the ball.
Malone, right?
Right.
And people remember.
They do. But I think the picture when he makes the shot is just like, it's legendary. Like I could picture myself making a game winner in the playoffs or championship here, and just like have all the fans in the background. That's a photo that will last for like years down the line. Like we'll see it'll probably be in here someday. So that's what you want.
For sure. You are so young, Jonah. You can't be Michael Jordan team. You need to be LeBron team.
No, I really. My dad and my family is a basketball family. So like my brother's really into all the old people that used to play, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. So we used to watch highlights of them all the time.
He's much older than you?
Yeah, like he's 3.5, 4 years. So like he was alive around that time, but he brought me into it. Just watching older clips of Michael Jordan, watching Larry Bird, just different players, because like the game has changed like so much. So like I like watching Michael Jordan based on just how dominant he was. He reached the championship level and he never left. And like we don't know, he could have won 7, 8 because they retired him, but we never know. But LeBron, as far as longevity in career, he's going to be the greatest player to ever play. So I'm a big LeBron, Kobe fan, but Michael Jordan's definitely my top one.
Michael Jordan is Michael Jordan.
Mm-hmm. Right? He's Michael Jordan.
All right. When it comes to offensive skills and when it comes to defensive skills, you, as a player, What do you think? Which detail captured Fenerbahce Istanbul attention?
I think it was a mixture of both.
Yeah.
They probably look at him like, okay, he can guard the posts. He could guard his man one-on-one. He plays good help defense, but probably the scoring, I think that helped a lot too. Just knowing I can score the ball at a fast clip and whenever I want to.
It's easy for you.
Yeah, I think that captured it. But they probably just looked at the way I played the game. I know how to play the game. Like, it's about some teams. It's not about scoring. It's not about defense. It's about, do you know how to play basketball the game? Like, do I pass here? Do I cut? Do I make this read? Do I pass? It's just about playing the game, and that's what EuroLeague teams like. They like guys that know how to play the game, and that's why they're there. So I feel like it was a mixture of a lot of things. Shooting, of course, because I had a couple games that were just that I was out of my mind. But I think it was just a mixture of a lot of things that they liked.
Can we talk about this Fenerbahce offer a bit more? Is your mind clear right now?
Yeah, it's fine.
It's been 2 months past.
Yeah.
So how did you react when you find out about this offer for the first time?
To be honest, it was cool to hear it. Like, it was great to hear. I was excited, but we were in the midst of the season here, so like I was concentrated on the game we had coming up that weekend. That was
an important game.
Yeah, it was
in the coming days.
I would just focus on stuff here, and like the deal could have happened where it happened on a Wednesday. I could have left the next morning. So it was like I had to switch my mind that quick, but I was more focused on stuff going on here. I mean, EuroLeague, Fenerbahce, they're like the Miami Heat of Europe, like one of the best teams, one of the best organizations. But it's like once the deal didn't go through like a week, because usually deals get done pretty fast. Once it didn't happen, like it was like people expected me to be like mad or upset and not want to play. It's like it just didn't happen. Like, stuff doesn't happen every day in life. Like, you can't just be like, it just didn't happen. Oh, my life is over. Like, no, I'm still having a great season here. We're having a great season here. We're winning. And the thing about Fenerbahce offering me, it wasn't about me going. It's about like, okay, Fenerbahce wants him. Now, like, other teams might want to see like, okay, why do they want him? Why is Fenerbahce? And now it's opened up. So like, it wasn't a time for me where I was just in my house like, oh, like, why didn't they let me go? Like, why is this happened to me? It wasn't like that. It was just like, look.
It will be also some kind of natural or normal reaction.
Right. I mean, it would have been a crazy opportunity, but I looked at it from both sides. I talked to my brother like I do all the time. He said they could have brought you out there. You could have played 20 minutes a game. They could have brought you out there just to practice. So like, you never know what could have happened. So it was more of like it didn't happen. Okay, let's move on, because we keep on winning this year, then that will be there in time. Like, that will be there. It's not going anywhere. So it was a great opportunity for me, like, exciting to hear as a player, because that's what you want to hear. You're doing great season in a team from EuroLeague that everybody wants to be in Europe, contacts you, one of the biggest teams. Like, that's as a young kid, that's what you want to hear. But for me, as a person, if something doesn't happen for me the way I want it to, it's easier just to put one foot in front of the other and just keep it going, because I can't say like we played that weekend. Oh, I wish I was in Turkey playing with like that. That would make you play bad. That would make your mind everywhere else. And I'm just focused on being present.
All right. That in the upcoming games there was a game against Śląsk.
Mm-hmm.
You played well.
Yeah.
Even I remember the coach Frasonkiewicz on the press conference. He said that I've been in a couple of situations in my life that a player got some offer from a bigger club, and he wasn't able to play the first game because his mind wasn't clear. His mind was full of other thoughts. You didn't have any problem with it? No,
I mean, it's another game. Every time I step on the court, that's what I'm just focused on. I'm not focused on what's happening outside. I'm not focused on my friend's game. I'm not focused on. I'm here on the court right now, and we need to win the game. So and it helps that like the fans here the games are so fun. Like, you're not coming into an empty gym playing. You're not playing with 500 people. You're playing with 5,000 maybe. Like, we're up there, 4,000, 5,000. So it's like every game, especially with a rivalry like that, how could you not get sucked into the adrenaline of the game and not think about anything else? That's just how it was. It was another game, a big game. I couldn't really think about anything else. I was just there in the present time.
Do you like this interaction between you and the stands during the game?
Yeah. Because at USC, we had good fans, but it's different here because in LA, it's kind of like they it's something for them to do. They don't love watching the game, but just something for them to do. And they're alumni. They have people that go to USC. They have family that goes to USC, so they go to the games just based on that. But here in Europe, it's more of like we love the team, we love the players, we love the game, and that's where you can feel it during the game. You can feel how like we'll be up by 4, get a stop, somebody hits a 3, the gym will explode. Like that's what you want, and that's why it's fun to play.
What is this kind of gesture you are doing after making a triple?
Oh, it's like a bow and arrow. It's just like I hit another one. Like I got it from Luke.
Can you show it? Can you?
Oh, it's just like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it from Luke. Usually Luke does it, but Luke has changed his up. So I asked him politely, "Can I steal that from you?" Like, yeah, and he was like, "Yeah, it's cool." But it's just a bow and arrow. I actually first saw it. This guy plays in the NBA on the Milwaukee Bucks. His last name is Mathews, but with 2 T's. His name is Wesley Mathews. After he makes a 3 every time, he does it, and it's just like just a fun celebration I like to do.
A lot of players.
Yeah, they do something. Yeah.
A star, this word, this expression. What do you think about this? When you hear it for the first time, a star. What do you recollect? What do you think?
That just you're doing everything that the coaches want you to do, the players want you to do, and the fans want you to do. Like
this is what stars do.
Yeah, it's just like this. You're that person, and we need you to be that person every game. Mm-hmm. If you're not, it's not in terms of the scoring, but we need you to be present. We need you to be attentive on defense. We need you to be a leader. That's what a star does now about points. Like, because LeBron will have a bad game, but he's still present on the court. Like, you know he's there, and we need you to be that person all the time. That's what a star is, and it's just people like the people love you. That's just what it is.
Can you see any similarities between a star and a leader?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot. With a star, people look up to you, they respect you. They just think of you as this higher than life character, but as a leader, in the similarity, it's more like they respect you. They love you, of course. They want you to be. They like being around you. Like they obviously like hearing what you have to say because they listen to you. So there's definitely similarities, but I think a star is more of a paparazzi thing. Like you're out and oh, he's the star. Like that's him. Instead of a leader, it's like on the court.
Okay.
He's the leader. He's the alpha. Like you know what I mean? Stuff like that.
What do you think about yourself in this context, in these terms?
I think I'm a little bit of both. It's harder. I was in college as a captain for 3 years, so like it was.
The last 2 years?
Yeah, so it's easier to manage guys when you're older that are younger than you.
For sure.
And guys that are your same age, you could talk to them and they'll be on the same level. But when you come to Europe and in the pros, I'm 24 and the oldest guy on the team is 40, 39. So like, what am I going to tell you when you've been playing this the whole time? You know what I mean? So I'm in like the middle part where they respect what I have to say because I do it every time. I do it on the court every day. But it's more of like he's still younger. And for me, I'm still learning. Like I learned so much from even my 2 teammates, Kendall and James. I've learned just how the ins and outs of Europe works. Like talking to Camille, like I've learned a lot just based on talking to them and listening to them. But at the same time, like I have a knowledge of the game myself that I bring. But it's like a good mixture. Like I think I can lead in some ways. I can listen another way too.
Is it a coincidence that you were a point leader, let's say, in the United States in the NCAA, later in Sweden, right now in Poland? Or is it there is a reason in just you, in your skills, in your abilities, in your character?
I don't think it's a surprise. It just comes from preparation, to be honest. I've been a scorer my whole life. I switched positions. I've been a point guard and a shooting guard, so that helps a lot.
It doesn't matter for you which position you play, yeah.
But it's more of like the preparation. Like during the summer, you drill it over and over and over again. So when the time comes in the game, it's not like it's a nervous thing. It's not like I've done this forever. I've done it thousands of times. So when you get into the game, it's just natural. But I've always known how to score the ball in different ways. Like if I don't make threes, I'll get to the basket, get fouled. If I'm making a lot of threes and everything comes together. But I've just been able to score my whole life. So it's just an instinct now.
All right. But this is your role on teams in your career, in the whole career. But actually the role here in Włocławek, it was being transformed because you started as a joker, the player who is a spark on the bench, right? Right now you are a starting 5 player. how do you observe yourself in this first part of the season, and right now the second one?
Well, throughout my whole career, after college, I went to USC, and we had a lot of pros on that team. We had 6 guys in the NBA currently on that team, and I was a role player. I was a defender. I shot threes only. I didn't really play point guard. I played.
That was at the beginning.
Yeah, my freshman year. So freshman and sophomore year, I really was stuck in a role. I played defense at a high level, and I shot threes and at a high level. So that was just
3&D, right?
Right. That was just the role that I played. But then my junior year, my coach is like, "We're going to put you more on the ball because I know you play point guard. We're going to expand your game because we need you to expand it for what we want to do this year." So that was the year like I really started to make moves with the ball and feel more comfortable making passes and just being a point guard really. And then my senior year, it all came together. Sweden really helped. And then this year, it was more of like okay, now like it's a bigger stage. There's players that have been places, they've won championships. And I was perfectly fine with being the spark off the bench because I've done it before. But then like as time goes on and games goes on, you get more comfortable as I kept on getting. And then unfortunately, Katie got hurt for that 7 weeks or 8 weeks. And then I had to like step up because we lost somebody. So after that happened, I had to it just turned on, and I had a crazy December, January, and here we are.
You replaced your uncle.
Yeah, it was just, he told me to. He's like, look, you got to make up for, along with the 15 points you score, you got to make up for the 14 that I get too. So it was like, and in that time, a lot of guys stepped up though. It wasn't just me. It was Luke, James, Camille some games, Shimon versus Torrin. Like it was, there's a lot of times that guys have stepped up, but like, it's just about consistent. Like they expect me to be consistent and do what I do every game. So that's how it came to be. Did
you love with KD that your positions on the team? You know, you replaced him in the starting 5.
Yeah, but I feel like
funny story, just simply, you know.
It's a weird thing. I mean, like I think we don't really. I feel like when we switch positions, like now I'm starting, he's not. We didn't take it as we're not starters.
All right.
Where it's like in the NBA, like the Warriors, when they won a championship, they had 2 sets of starting teams. Like their bench players could have been guys could have started on other teams for a different team. So but they're on the Warriors with the 3 best players in the world, the best team. So it's more of like we have 2 starters, 1 come off the bench and 1 starts. Like it's more of like that. And then we have 2 sets of starting teams. So that's how we take it. It's not like I'm a bench player, I'm this, I'm that. It's more of just, I'm a starter, but I come off and provide this.
Fans pay attention to who starts, but it's more important who finished.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Tell about something about this relationship with KD, uncle and nephew. When, in which moment of the season it was born? It wasn't a particular moment?
I feel like it was like early December. December. It was after a game here.
You were both laughing. I remember the third game of the season in Oslo, for example, great win for us. You were laughing on the floor at the end of the game.
Oh, yeah.
So it started a bit early.
It did. I called him. I said, my uncle went crazy this game. He was like, wow, uncle, I'm not that old. So it was born there, but it really took place when we were here. And we took a photo after a game. And a fan on Twitter was like, uncle and nephew, and then like it went crazy, it blew up. So then it's just a thing. But as far as like, it's actually real though. Like he's 11 years older than me. Like so
like an uncle, right?
Right. So it's like, and he's been through so much, and we talk a lot. Like he's told me a lot of things, like taught me a lot. So it's like he's like my uncle. Like I could talk to him about life things like that I'm going through as a 24-year-old kid that he's been there. Or I can talk to him about strictly basketball things, like where he's been, how to deal with certain things in Europe, like because he's been there. So it's that's how it came to be, like an uncle-nephew relationship type thing.
Where is the spot in this relationship for Jimmy?
Jimmy's
your triple gang.
Jimmy, I would say Jimmy's the alpha dog. Like Jimmy is the alpha.
All right.
He calls the shots, like he'll call the shots, but then he'll ask, like, are we doing this? Like, is this what we want to do? And he's just the guy I can go to, even for him. Like, I can ask about anything in life. I can ask about anything in Europe. And just like, he's very strong-willed in what he wants to do, and I respect him. So he's the alpha. I'm the nephew, Katie's the uncle, and James is the step cousin or cousin.
Luke can be a bit jealous of that. He was even laughing on Twitter last time. about that. Jonah, the playoffs are coming. Okay, we are finishing the regular season right now, but I don't know when this interview will be published, probably next week or something. But generally, the playoffs are coming. Your first professional playoffs. What do you think about this? What are your thoughts right now?
Oh, it's exciting.
But there are no thoughts, maybe.
Right. No, it's exciting. Of course, we're thinking who we're going to match up with. It's about that time. We only have about 3 Polish league games left, 4 maybe. Torin, Astoria. So 4 really regular season. So it's about time where you look at your seeding and see who you're going to play with, and it's time to start like matching up. And my first professional career is just like it's like another game. It's not about how many points I score. It's not about how we win. It's not about if I don't score at all. It's about if you just win the game. It's the playoffs. Not about stats. It's about just winning the game and moving on. Move, survive in advance. That's what we say in NCAA March Madness. Survive in advance. As long as you can have a bad game. If your team advances from the second round to the Sweet 16, like you don't care. We're in the Sweet 16. So as long as we just like our heads are on straight for the first round, and we could. With the talent that we have, and we showcased it the whole year, I mean, there's ups and downs with everybody, and we've showed our down. We were at our lowest point at the moment, and now it's like we're back up. So it's like we can play with anybody. We've shown it. So I feel like it'd really be hard to beat us in a 5-game series. Like it's hard to play us over and over again, and us keep coming at you with different people scoring, different people doing everything. So I think we're prepared for it, and I'm definitely prepared for it.
One interesting fact. From the coach. This is what he's trying to implement right now, that the playoffs are here. The playoffs have started. What do you think about this kind of, I don't know, switch on?
Because I understand where he's coming from. We lost 4 to 5 games in a row. So it looked like we were going in a direction that nobody saw coming.
Yeah.
And he was just like, look, the playoffs start this date, but the playoffs for us mentally and where we want to be by the time the actual playoff starts for SOPA. That's when we started. Like, this is playoff game 1. Playoff game 2 was for Spunia. Playoff game 3 was Warsaw. So it's like we wanted to start the mentality of getting to the playoffs before we got there and had to flip it on. So when the first game comes, we're already there. Like, we're already there mentally. We've been playing the playoffs for 8 games now, so it's not the first game. So I respect and I like that he didn't put it as these are our last regular season games. He didn't split them up into 2. He kept it as 1, and that's how you win. You keep one mentality the whole time, like we had at the beginning of the season. It was one mentality. That's when we went 6-0, 7-0, and now he's like the playoffs don't start the 17th. They start versus SOPA, and I think we've taken that. Everybody on the team has bought into that, and it shows why we're winning again.
When you're thinking about the playoffs, coming playoffs, did you, I don't know, cross out any dates from the calendar? When are the finals or something, or it's too early? Hold your horses, too early.
Yeah, you don't want to look too far ahead because that's where your downfall comes. You take it as game by game. I like to watch interviews with Kobe and them. Him in the finals, he was like, you want to do it now. You don't want to wait, but you don't want to look too far ahead and not realize where you are right now. You're in game 5. You're not game 7. You have to win game 5 to get to game 7. So it's like, I'm thinking about game 7 and the championship 3 weeks from now. We're not even in game 1. The first round, it's like I'm not focused. So it's more of like a thing where it's like when it comes, it's gonna come. The day will be there, and if we get that far, fortunately, then I'll know what it is.
At the beginning of the conversation, you told that you are coming from basketball family. Mm-hmm. So is basketball the major topic in your conversations right now? Are they asking? Your father is a coach, mm-hmm. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So
people will think so, but my dad, like my dad's my best friend. Like I talk to him, like he'll talk to me about the games and stuff. Like he'll talk to me as a coach after the games, like not as a dad. He'll say like, "This is what you did wrong. This is what you need to do better." So it's like that. But like after that, it's like he's my best friend. I could talk to him about anything. Talk to him about the weather. I could talk to him about what I've been doing. Like so, we talk about it, but it's not as much because my dad never forced us to play. It was more of like if you want to play, but like if you decide to play, it's gonna be serious. So you're not gonna just be like I'm gonna play and then not want to play. Like you're gonna do it. So now it's to a point where I can talk to him about anything. It doesn't have to be about basketball. But at a point in time in my household, my mom was driven crazy by just hearing different basketball games in different rooms. This basketball's bouncing. So it was at a time. But now it's just like we're older. My dad understands we do different things. And basketball is my life, but it's not the only thing I do in my life. He understands that. So we talk about different things.
But when they call you, what is the first thing they ask? Are you healthy?
Yeah. How was the game?
So there's a
how's
question.
the first question for sure. Always. If it's not a game week or we have practices, how's practice? But he'll tell me how's the game, how'd you feel? We'll talk about it, and then after that we'll talk about just anything else. So it really is a basketball family, but there's a lot of other things we talk about for sure.
When you were talking, do you feel any kind of expectations that you're gonna step in this play or so play the best possible way?
Yeah, I mean, I always have like before I hit that shot with UCLA in my college career, I was talking to my friend the night before on my team. I was like it would be crazy if somebody hits a buzzer beater tomorrow. Like that would be nuts. Like you dream of it. Like one of my uncles told me, like if you think of it, then like dream it and want it, like it'll happen. So like I was talking about that with my friend. It's like, wow, that would be like, and I happened to hit it. So it's like you always think about like, for me, I've been thinking about just holding that trophy. Like you always just like, what if we win? Like it'd be cool to win here at home and hold the trophy up. But you know, that time will come when it comes.
You need to ask Kamil.
Yeah, it's an amazing feeling, and I want that.
This season? That's the tricky questions. I promise you to not ask any tricky questions, but it is.
Yeah, like you never want to go to a playoff series and not want to win a championship.
Yeah,
you know what
definitely.
I mean? Like you don't want to pick like I want to win this one. That's not real basketball.
Yeah.
That's not how. If you really want something, that's not how you do it. You want to win everywhere you go. If I was in Sweden, we tried to win, but we just didn't have enough. But you know what I mean? But now it's like we're in a position where we can win, depending on who we play first. And the matches after that, we're in a position to win. So like, why not just win if you can do it? Why not just have that stamp? Like I went to Poland, I won a championship for this club, and my name is stamped here. Like it's stamped. And move on, stamp. Move on, stamp. So yeah, wherever you go, you want to make a stamp.
And make some kind of legacy.
Right.
Thank you for your time.
Of course.
Thank you. Dziękuję bardzo.